Hi everybody, it's Sonny and Corrin and we're back. And for this installment of our YouTube series, we are going to be talking about love languages.
Yeah, we were inspired by Dr. Gary Chapman. He has shown us 5 love languages in which people interact, in which people receive and give love.
So those 5 languages are number 1, physical touch, number 2, words of affirmation, number 3, the acts of service, number 4, quality time, and number 5, gifts.
And each of those are different for each person. Of course, Sonny and I think that each person has all of them within them, and each person receives love and gives love using all of those different ways. But normally 1 or 2 of those ways is really significant within each person. So for example, the way that I give and receive love would be through quality time and through physical touch. So I really like to, touch someone when I want to give them love, give them a hug, give them a kiss, and then also spend a lot of time with them and talk with them a lot. And that's how I give and that's how I receive love. And
see, for me, it's more about words of affirmation. I'm a person who has always been kind of big on career success, driving, motivational types of speaking. So when my partner is telling me things like, you can do it, like words of encouragement, you got this, that's the kind of thing that really moves me the most. The other thing is kind of going along with what you said, quality time, I think is really important for building a connection with someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think a lot of times, more so for guys, the words of affirmation is a really big thing. It's a really big way that they receive love. So as a girlfriend, I would want to say to my boyfriend, you can do this. I believe in you. Let me help you get to your goal, get to your dream, and accomplish all of those things that you have in mind. Because I want to be your number 1 fan, your biggest support. And those words of affirmation would really make him feel that I love him more so.
Oh, absolutely. It's a complete endorsement and reinforcement that what you're doing makes sense and that it's possible to achieve. So it absolutely, definitely helps when your partner is telling you can do things.
Yes, and it's also really important to keep in mind that the ways that you receive love are not necessarily the ways that you should give love, because you have to assess the person that you're with. You have to assess your boyfriend or girlfriend and say, this is the way that my boyfriend or girlfriend receives love. So in the past, when I had a boyfriend, I obviously gave love the way that I received it. So I would want to spend a lot of time with him. I want to talk with him a lot. And then also I'd like to touch him a lot and say, oh my gosh, I love you. And just kind of give him lots of kisses and hugs. And just that's the way that I showed him love. But that wasn't the way that he received love. He wanted the words of affirmation. And he wanted the acts of service. He wanted me to show him that I loved him through action. And he wanted me to support him in his dreams. So just keep in mind that the way that you give love should be different than the way that you receive love.
Yes, and I've had relationships before where girls have written me really expansive love letters with all these ideas and these words, and it was all very sweet, but it's just a little bit different from the way that I might receive love, I guess the way that I receive love. So, in return, I was trying to, do all these things, like say the right things at the right time, but, there were others that maybe were materialistic and wanted gifts, and rather than give the gifts, I was more concerned about spending the quality time, and it just, maybe in those instances wasn't gelling as well as it could have.
Right, so all we are trying to encourage you to do today is really assess the person that you are with in the relationship and try to figure out which ways they receive love, because if you figure that out, then you'll be able to give them love the way that they receive it, and you'll have a stronger connection, a better relationship. So let's recap on those 5 ways that Gary Chapman said that.
Sure. So the 5 ways that Gary Chapman talked about is number 1, physical touch, number 2, words of affirmation, number 3, acts of service, then quality time, and finally gifts.
Hope this video helped you guys out. Work on receiving and giving love.
And just as a little side note, a little supplement before we conclude the matters here, if it doesn't work, just try and try again. Constantly change your approach until you find that something works, and then that way you'll be finding success the entire way through, hopefully.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.